Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. Sorry about that. When I got elected, yes, I need about 15 teeth to be changed or cured. That doesn't matter. I am very hungry now. I was very hungry because, as Elena from Mano said, the spies are going to give me a lesson by letting me for 1 month without food. After 28 or 29 months of punishment of my evil deeds of July 2012, when Victor Ponta passed, he gave some laws to the parliament that every Romanian has the right to steal $1 million and all our gold goes with foreigners, and I opposed that, and I swore Romania and I said Romania in nuclear war with other countries, and they said, well, we're going to punish you, we're going to remove 5 teeth from your mouth, but there are 8 or 12 now, doesn't matter. And the last month, the 9th of November, your grandmother is not going to give you money, check that, and you're going to slowly die at home from hunger, check that too. But fortunately, I have found a store near me called Shogun Serele. Maybe I shouldn't say that because the spies will find ways to shut it down, which gives me now food for that. Yes. And I am turning into a dragon now. 3 days ago I was at Pollux and I ate 14 sushi tables for 47 lions, 50 lions actually, with a small tip of 3 lions. And they got really scared. There was a dragon who was serving. After that I used my last 120 lions to buy this phone, small phone for texting, and I like to text a lot. I couldn't text on this phone because unfortunately the keyboard was very bad. You can see that I changed it, but the phone is, it doesn't start any longer. It is completely worked out. Fortunately I have found a way to recover the data. You see, this is a card reader, this is a card and adapter, and this is the small 32 gigabytes card which fits into this, and this goes into this. I didn't buy them, I had them. Yes. Shit. Anyway, let's continue this video without this small yes. And I copied the phone numbers, including the phone number of Princess Mihaela, into my phone. Naturally, I copied it was a context pointed VCF, which contained all the contents. I had to hit OK, or close to all of them until I chose to use Notepad, and I extracted the phone numbers using Notepad. There are hundreds of them. I only saved about 5 of them. So, my dear friends, when I got into the office, I promised you that I will tell you the truth, because only the truth does matter. The truth is this: I have to wait for 2 more days until the 22nd of November for these guys to pay me, probably home at Dracula's place. And I don't know how much they will pay me. I have to face the criticism of my spies who believe that I'm lying and I have nothing in my left hand and left knee, because my grandmother spread this information in order to protect me when I was 29 years old 6 years ago, because she said in her great stupidity that no physician in the world can cure me because the medicine in Romania is so ill advanced, and I have to live with this for all my life because any operation will only get me worse. That this is the real reason. And the lie that I don't have nothing and I'm pretending was taken over by my mother, by the boyfriend of my mother, by Alex Molinash and others. Only Dracula said, well, I could find your physician in Germany or France, and I'm grateful to him for that. And the other truth which I wish to convey to you today is that Klaus Iohannis will not be president of Romania because of Mr. Băsescu. Mr. Băsescu wants to be Prime Minister of Romania. Why? Because he has a file of 10,000 pages called the Fleet File, which says that in the years 1990, 1992, 1994, he sold all the Romanian civilian fleet, all the navy, all our commercial navy, for 5% of their price to Greece. Then he signed that. He was not the main dealer. The main dealer was Văcăroiu and Iliescu and all the other thieves. But he was involved. He was Minister of Transportation, and for this he can get to prison. And he didn't go to prison in 2004 because in 2004 he was elected president of Romania. In 2009 again he escaped prison, and now he has to prolong his immunity for another 6 months for him to escape his punishment. This is the truth, my friends. And so he has a plan. He will keep Mr. Ponta or Mrs. Iulia Floras-Bierea in office. She is only 32 years of age. I said, oh, I'm a woman, that means I'm better than a man, so I have 10 more years. So she pretends to be 42 years of age. It is illegal for a person under the age of 35 to run for the office of President of Romania. Of course, my horse. No, I didn't fuck her, unfortunately. She has a nice child. I saw, if you look, Iulia Floras-Bierea on Facebook, she looks exactly, she has the same glasses, the same skin, the same face as Ponta, and she has a small child, oh my baby, and now her baby is a big boy. That was quite a long time ago. She has only one photo there. She looks much younger, that photo. Actually, she is 32 because when I met her in SSE, in the Society of European Students, she was like 22 or 23 years of age. And besides that, false identity, false age, false in public acts, blah blah blah, other criminal offenses. You know, it is not illegal for a woman. It is not illegal to be a woman. It is not illegal for a woman to be elected president. It is not illegal for a dragon to be elected president. It is not illegal for a female dragon to be elected president. It is not illegal for a bacteria to be elected president. It is not illegal from a female dragon from Agartha with 4 wings and 4 legs to be elected president, but it is illegal to lie in public documents. And so the barons in PSD, in the Social Democratic Party, had their knights of long knives, and Iulia, you know, every time when it is her fault, she insists that everyone should resign, including her. She feels really lonely, perhaps. And so she did that. Everyone should resign, including me, or everyone but me. Anyway, this has not yet happened, because the information came that the man, Mr. Băsescu, are working to the incompatibility of Mr. Iohannis. I told you earlier that on 18th, 2 days after the second round of election, if Mr. Iohannis is declared president on 17 or 18, he will be declared incompatible. Well, this has not come true because the Supreme Court of Justice has postponed the decision until the month of December 12th or something like that. 25 December, the Christmas day. They have a big present for Mr. Iohannis. They will declare him incompatible, and you know why they chose the date of 25? Because on the 25th of December 1989, Ceausescu was shot dead with 7,000 bullets. That was 25 years ago. And so the mandate of Mr. Băsescu ends on 21st of December this year. That is 4 days before. And until that time, he has to prepare. The disadvantage of Mr. Băsescu is that, one, he cannot escape justice until he is president or prime minister. Two, in order to be named prime minister, he cannot name himself. That is the catch. So if Mrs. Ponta or Mr. Ponta resigns tomorrow, I gave her that idea. Call yourself Victor from Victoria. to be a victory in election. Ponta from Ponto, which means joke, a joke, a victory. A victory is a joke, because if she was elected, the relations with China, with Agatha, yes, with the Japanese are really good. But it was a sexual revolution. I was very stupid not to allow her to win, actually, because then Johannes would have been defeated. She would have been defeated by choice, because she would have admitted that she's a woman, and I would have been the president. Well, no, but now Mr. Basescu has a twofold plan. One, to prolong his existence at the Cotroceni Palace until the month of March by declaring Iohannis incompatible. If this doesn't work, he needs to keep Mr. Ponta in charge, because if Mr. Ponta resigns tomorrow, Mr. Basescu, being the active president, has to name another prime minister. Maybe he will name me after I saw him. But he's a vengeful guy, and he never forgets, never forgives. And he cannot appoint himself a prime minister, so he has to wait for his mandate to end, and if Iohannis is not declared incompatible and all the file fails, then Iohannis will become president, and he will appoint Mr. Basescu as prime minister. And if Mr. Basescu stays as prime minister for a few months, then he will escape justice and the prison. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, I'm grateful for every single day that Mr. Iohannis spends in power, because it is a new day for Romania. You know, he's only half German, half Jew. I was wondering if President Joachim Bauch of Germany would have done what Mr. Iohannis did. That is, if Mr. Joachim Bauch would have sided with the opposition of Angela Merkel and said, I plan in 2016 to get to power and remove Angela Merkel and name my own guy in their place, he would have to resign immediately. That this is exactly what Mr. Iohannis did. He went into a conference of the Liberal Party, forgetting that he is already president and he is supposed to be independent. That is why in Germany the president is always not a politician, he's a cultural personality, or maybe an admiral or general, like the president of Adolf Hitler, possibly. And he has to be independent from politics. This is an Atlantean thing. The praetor has to be independent, the president of Atlantis. I am also independent. I am not allowed. In the moment that when I become member of the political party, my mandate in the Great Council ends. Also, my mandate as praetor ends, and my mandate as president ends. I shall no longer the president of Atlantis. That guy at the gate is. No, and he appeared, President-elect Iohannis, he appeared into a conference of the Liberal Party, he being the president of the Liberal Party, said, we, the Liberals, want to take power in 2016. We want to remove Mr. Ponta from power in 2015, and if we cannot change the architecture of the parliament, we want to make early election in 2016 and remove me. And if we cannot do that either, after the normal election in 2016, PNL shall be the big boss. And this is, this is against the law. The president should be independent. He should be the president of all Romanians, not only the Liberal Party. It is illegal or unconstitutional for the president to take political party pleas. And it is also illegal to suggest that a political party should take power, and it is also illegal to suggest that the prime minister should be removed from power, because the president is part of the executive power and he shares that power with the prime minister. The prime minister is not appointed by it is named by the president, but it is appointed and voted upon by the parliament, of course, my horse. And that's it. I have to wait until the 25th sermon. I love your things. I love you, Britney Spears. As you said, you can take everything from me, but you can never take away my truth. Goodbye.